Paying tax is not an option. It is ironical that the Income Tax Act plays a huge role in our finances, yet there is very little that we understand about it. Hi, I'm Srilekha, and this is a super crash course on how to read any act and my recommendation on specific portions of the Income Tax Act, reading which could help in better tax planning. The Income Tax Act can be accessed in the Government of India website, or you could click on the link given in the description box. Before we get to reading any act, it is important to have a little background on how any law is structured. Laws are outlined in sections. A section is meant to spell out a specific portion of the law. Subsections and clauses follow as extensions to a section. Provisions are there to exclude something out or to lay down a condition. Explanations are there to aid in better interpretation or to bring some kind of clarity. Several such sections that follow a common theme are grouped together under one chapter. Several such chapters together form an act. Let's use a rough example to understand this. Let's say we have a House Parties Act in our families to guide every family member on how parties are to be conducted at home. There is a specific chapter under this act which talks about children's party. There is a certain section which says children should always be dressed in bright, happy colors for every party. A subsection to this section says that accessories of children should also be in bright colors. There is a provision to this section that says that children below 5 years of age are excused from following these requirements. An explanation to the section might go ahead to describe what is the meaning of bright, happy colors. This is the level of detailing that goes into creation of any law. In the Income Tax Act, there are 870 different sections that are classified or grouped in 49 different chapters. Out of these, I have picked 4 chapters that could be of interest to most of us. So here goes. Chapter 3. In this chapter, we will find incomes that are either partly or completely exempt. When a certain income is exempt, it is excluded, and therefore the question of paying income tax on that does not arise. Agricultural income, charitable incomes are examples of such exemptions. Similarly, factories or business establishments under certain special zones are eligible for 100% tax exemption. Information like these can help in making certain important decisions, like where should our next business establishment or factory be located. That way we could project our incomes better. There are 15 different sections under this chapter that talk about the different kinds of exemptions. The next is Chapter 4, Computation of Income. Incomes fall under one of the 5 heads: salaries, house property, business or profession, capital gains, or income from other sources. Which income falls under what head, what benefits are granted, what conditions are applied while including or excluding them. Details of these are contained under this chapter. For example, expenses that are allowable while computing business income, interest on housing loans that are paid. How is that benefit available to an individual? What is the treatment of certain allowances and perks while computing salary income? These are the kind of benefits that one can expect under this chapter. The next is Chapter 6A. This one talks about deductions. Deductions are different from exemptions. While an exemption is an exclusion, deduction is when a certain amount is reduced from the taxable income. When an amount is reduced, tax rate is applied on a lower income. When the income is lower, income tax is lower. Investment in certain government bonds, payment of insurance premiums, or even repayment of principal on housing loans. These are all different circumstances under which one can claim the benefit of deduction. There are 74 sections under this chapter that talk about the different scenarios under which one can claim a benefit of deduction under this chapter. And finally, chapter 8, rebates. We have seen deductions, we have seen exemptions. Rebates are yet another category of benefit. While a deduction is reducing an amount from taxable income, rebates are when a certain amount is reduced from the tax itself. As of now, the benefit of rebate can be claimed by people earning income below certain income slabs. So these are the different kinds of benefits that one can avail of under these 4 chapters. They cover most of the benefits. Reading these chapters will not make us experts in income tax, but it will help us compare with our job or business realities to frame relevant queries for our consultants to advise upon. That will only help in better tax planning and smarter financial decisions. Here's a little warning. The language of text in these chapters in the Act is not easy to follow. It's technical. It might require some regular reading and practice before one can comfortably comprehend what is written. But the effort would be worth it.